So, we're going to keep this moving. I know that you guys know this next guy. And if you don't know what the word urinalysis means, you should probably start looking for a job at that Dunkin' that Sam was talking about. Let's give it up for your next comedian, Dr. Vincent Ziza, people.
Obviously, I know what your way is. All right, well, I want to thank everybody for coming out that I know. All right, I know it's not easy coming here on a weeknight. My wife's sick.
Who are you thanking?
I have no idea. Anyway, so the first thing is, I'm a doctor. I am a urologist, an urgent care doctor, but mostly
Not a good
urologist. So the first thing is, does anyone dream about the job they have? Doesn't matter what your job is. So when I was little, I worked at Papa Gino's. I used to dream about making pizzas and subs and things like that. But as a urologist, I used to see 80 to 100 patients a day. That's a lot of days. And sometimes it got so busy, I was double fisting. God knows if I had a third one, I don't know where I'd put it. So anyway, a lot of dicks, that's what I'm trying to get through. So I used to have this dream that I was sleeping on a mattress of penises that were all lined up like this. Okay, and you could get either soft, semi-soft, or hard, or firm, whatever. I mean, who wants to sleep on a firm bed of penises? So I always chose semi-soft. The problem is the REM cycle. Occasionally, some of these penises would get hard, and I'd end up choking them. And God forbid you'd sleep on your back, because that would be pretty painful too. So the other thing is, again, you see a lot of penises on my job, and you get like just 80 to 90 a day. And if you go on vacation, you get these cravings. Like it's been 3 days since I've seen a penis, whatever. So I'd have a patch made out of a penis, and I'd put it on my arm to help curb these cravings. The problem is when you're in the hot tub, people are like, what are you doing with a patch of a penis on your arm? It's been 3 days since I touched a penis, and this helps curb the cravings. And suddenly I have a hot tub to myself. So I promised to do some short jokes. One of them is, my wife's not here, she's sick, but she is a perfectionist. It is the holidays. I tried to tell her to embrace her mistakes. And so the first thing she did was get up and give me a hug. Alright, that's short. Alright, so I used to do a lot of men's health. I was a medical director. We used to sell a product where you break up the plaque in the penile artery. It was pretty expensive. So my role was to talk to the patients, take a good history and physical. And so this one particular patient was like really paranoid, and the staff told me, like, this guy's really paranoid, he's very suspicious about everything. I said, it's no problem. So I took a good history on him, listened to his lungs and heart. I said, look, I got to examine you down there to make sure there's no obvious problems. And he's like, well, how are you going to do that? I said, well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start dimming the lights. And I'm going to go out and get you a glass of wine. Why? Why would you do that? And so I was laughing inside because I have a dark side. What I really wanted to say was, and I didn't because I didn't want him to become corporate, is, a lot of you guys come in here, I think you're a bunch of fakers. I can't get an erection. Well, let me tell you something. You give me 10 minutes, and I'll get you a great erection. We had another guy come in, 34-year-old dude, black guy. He's very nervous. He says he gets so nervous that sometimes he loses an erection because he's so nervous. And I asked him if it was because he knows the police are coming soon. All right, so other stories. We have where I work a special room. It's called the gym room. It's for private conversations. A lot of times it's for STDs. We talk to people. And we had a guy come in. He was pretty nervous. And I do tend to see a lot of the urology patients at the urgent care. And one thing's funny is we have the bed. Then there's a door, but there's a space above the door. And my boss, I won't point him out, he got pretty mad because he made me take down the sign that said the room of shame. So I replaced it with a new sign that said, if you can read this, you probably have an STD. So anyway, I was talking to this dude. He was really nervous. We got a urine analysis. Believe it or not, we did. It was normal. So I said, dude, I think we should run some STD testing. He's like, I don't think I need to do that. I'm a happily married man. I said, well, you know, your wife was in here last night. She was pretty goddamn nervous. On that line, I'll say a Christmas joke, if you will. It kind of builds up, though. So America wants you to get 3 vital signs. They want you to get a blood pressure, and they want you to get a height and weight to screen for fatties. Okay? So, even in my urology practice for 20 years, I used to talk to people about their weight, try to talk to them about diets, because I could press a button and I'd get paid. I don't know how much, but I'd see 90 people a day, so it did add up. A lot of fatties out there. In fact, one of my first jokes when I worked in Pawtucket was, literally I think it was my second day, I don't know what's in the water in Pawtucket, but it makes you fat. So, anyway, I was talking to somebody that had basically an earache, and, you know, they were fat. So I had to tell them about their weight, I gave them some diet, I gave them, in their discharge plan, some tips on dieting. Well, she got pretty pissed. She called the office manager the next day and complained. So I got called into the office, and I was yelled at by my office manager and my boss, to the point where that ended. And then he brought me into a storage closet or whatever and locked the door behind him. I thought he was going to beat the shit out of me. I did. Now this does get funny. That's the background. That's the backstory. So fast forward 2 weeks. Easily we have another fatty come in. Now I try to be more diplomatic this time. So I was really easy about it. I was typing. And she says, I'll have you know, I've lost 30 pounds this year. I go, that's really good. It's really good. I keep typing. And then she says, my husband has lost 50 pounds. I go, oh my God. I cannot compliment the two of you enough. And maybe this year the kids could fit on the Christmas card. So, one of my favorites is I had a really bad cough last year. 8 months I coughed. 8 months! I finally looked it up. I had the LERD, which is reflux. That basically goes up to your voice box, and you cough. When you talk, or when you lay down at night, forget it. So, I had a patient that had no sense of humor. She just was staring at me as I'm coughing, trying to take her history. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this lady's going to say something. She's just staring at me. And finally, here it comes. Do they test the sperm for COVID? And I said, not if you have AIDS. What? You have AIDS and COVID? And they let you work here? I said, look, lady, I don't have COVID, and my AIDS is under pretty good control. Other crazy crap, I would say. So my blue eyes story, I love photography. So the first thing that you notice in somebody is their eyes. Never mind, I won't say it. So I had this guy come in. It was a different urgent care. none that I'm working at now. And this guy comes in, good-looking guy, with beautiful blue eyes. And I turn to the nurse and I go, how much you give me if I tell this guy he's got beautiful blue eyes? She's like, why am I going to bet you? I know you're going to say it. It's pretty stupid. So anyway, I challenge myself. And so I examine him. I forget what I see him for. I bring him out to the nurse's station so I can, talk to him. She can hear me. I said, look, dude, I've been pretty distracted this whole exam. And I'm sure you've been told this before. You have the most beautiful blue eyes. Now, I don't want you to be nervous. I'm married with 4 children. They are adopted, though, because it's with my husband. And you have the eyes of my husband. What's that? So now I can see you tonight, so you don't have to go through the micro penis consult tomorrow.
Hey, I have a big one though.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
That's all I have, really. Do I have more time?
I'll
give you another minute.
Another minute. All right.
Come on, you have more.
Anybody have a favorite out there?
I'm just saying you have more.
All right, I have more. I have a lot more.
You have a lot
Which
more.
one? What's that? Oh, well, that's like a whole skit. Anyway, I got this girl. So this was pretty challenging. I had a girl come in a burqa. Now, she had an abscess on the side of her leg. And, I clean her off and stuff. I had a girl there. And now I could, how conservative they are. But I happened to see her underwear. They were very cute, polka dotted parts. And I said, what are the chances that we're wearing the same underwear today? Anyway, all right, that's all the time I got. Thank you.
Let's keep it going for the man that you know well. And now we know his patience even better. I don't know how well trained you folks are. But I was sitting over there and I was thinking, damn.